Joining us now, Anish Chopra, the White House Chief Technology Officer under President Obama. He's currently the Chief Strategy Officer at Arcadia, and you've got some guidelines for what would perhaps be a good remedy. Does this fall into that? As far as your opinion goes, you say remedies should be surgical and tie back to the harms. Does this work? Is this a good solution?
Well, we got to see the details, but I would say in general, what we want to understand is if the harm is that Google is behaving in an anti-competitive manner because of its exceptional search product, then you have to ask what it is that we can do to mitigate the harms caused by a reduction in competition. The provision that maybe didn't get as much attention but might actually be the sort of sleeper opportunity is that Google would open up access to its search technology through licensing agreements to third parties. This could be the most important part of the agreement. The Chrome browser obviously does allow for Google to personalize the search results because it follows us wherever we go on the internet. So decoupling that will reduce some of that personalization. But if there is this opportunity for competitors, new entrants to access that historical technology that is obviously dominating the way we search the internet today, then it might mean that more value-added services could come out to make that more competitive market what the regulators are asking for. It also might create some unintended consequences, which we should probably cover. So I don't want to give you a straight yes, no. I want to suggest to you context that there's potentially some good on the opening of the data and the licensing, and there may be some harm if the folks who come in on the other side end up being worse on privacy and worse on behaving in a way that our currently unregulated commercial internet market operates.
You say that maybe the best thing would be enabling customer control over the ad network. Does this do anything for that?
Well, that's what part of the issue is today. In order to access the search experience that we like, we sort of have to go through the gauntlet of the engine that takes all of our personal data and monetizes us as we go through the internet. So now if you could separate out the current way we access search and there's now a new competitive market, there could be options. Someone could argue that I'll be a one to give you access to the great search results at Google, but I will not take all of your data and harvest it for purposes of personalized ads. And that may be a better product for some of us that want more confidence that our privacy is preserved. And so that competition will create options. For others, hey, you know what? I love the personalized ads. I'd rather have that. It might actually introduce me to something I hadn't seen before. You and I might have different opinions about what privacy means for us, and this gives us choices. So that idea of consumer control is that there'll be many front doors to access the Google search experience, and that could be a net positive to the American people.
Is this, with AI and everything else, it almost feels like yesterday's battle or something. Is it even going to be necessary at this? I mean, we may be doing something totally different. We're going to make sure MySpace is, not a monopoly.
Well, actually, this could be an accelerant to an AI future. So today, you and I search by ourselves. We physically do the searching. Very soon, we'll be using AI agents that will search on our behalf, knowing us in a more personalized way. So it could be that the API access to Google search is actually going to be a rocket fuel for competitive AI products. That may be the biggest issue. If I were an investor in Google, my biggest concern would be today, Gemini probably has an advantage on being able to access this incredible search capability. So all else being equal, I might pursue the Gemini AI product. But look at all the new technologies that have come forward, OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity. Now, if they could access the Google Search API, I might get the same experience, but actually a better result because they might incorporate features that are more beneficial to me. So in many ways, this could be the catapult for an AI future where we delegate to agents the responsibility of searching and
let me
catching
ask you a
us.
different question.